regard, defamation cases as maybe the most important or the most profound cases there are, because we only get one reputation, and you don't get a second chance once it's destroyed. To have your reputation destroyed is really to ruin everything about you. It ruins you, it ruins your family's view of you, it ruins your neighbor's view of you. You go to a party, you don't know who's looking at you sideways because they heard, you're a this or you're a that. It is an extraordinarily difficult thing to live with. And for that reason, when we represent defamation clients, it really is the most profound type case we could be handling.
Welcome to the JAKIB Halftime Show presented by Bucchetto & Lentz. I'm Devan Kaney, joined by Marc Farzetta in person. Marc, I'm used to bringing you in from Philadelphia.
It's good to still be here in the energy that is the Gallery Bar Book of Games, especially for a game like tonight.
And there's definitely energy. You can see yeah, there you go. Wow, I did not pay him to do that.
You wouldn't believe it. The Giants fans not many of them are here anymore.
Yeah,
I wonder why, but the Birds fans have outpopulated them for the vast majority of the evening, even more so now.
Not surprisingly so, Marc. So that is a perfect lead into my first question to you, and that is this game over already?
Yes.
The Eagles lead the Giants 28-0.
That is correct.
The half.
One of the Giants fans came back with a really...
Right,
but I don't think we can at this point. But one of the Giants fans walked by me and said, I didn't know the game was decided after 30 minutes, only playing 30 minutes. And I'm like, well, at least the Eagles have played 30 minutes because the New York Giants certainly have not. This has been complete and utter domination. This is the type of domination, Devan, that if we're talking about this before the game, people are like, oh, you're such a homer. There's no way that they're going to be up by that many points and dominate like that in this game. It's the third time you're playing the Giants, the third time you're playing a division rival. The Eagles have been better than even the greatest homer could have assumed after that first half of play. Completely impressed by how healthy Jalen Hurts is and how well they have executed their game plan.
Yeah, and we're going to learn more because we're going to bring John McMullen, who is coming to us live from Lincoln Financial Field. There he is, John. All right, you're at the link, so we saw Andre Dillard went in for Dickerson, who went out briefly. He's back in. 28-0, not much to complain about, so give us your analysis on the first half.
Easy, Devin. I mean, that was complete domination, and I heard Marc saying, maybe the game's not 30 minutes. Well, this game was about 15 minutes. I mean, the Giants should have started their buses at that point. They're completely outclassed. 258-64 in total yardage, 18-3 in first downs, 1 for 5 on third downs. I mean, yeah, they don't belong on this field. They're a little bit, it's a little bit too early. I think Brian Daboll's done a tremendous job. And by the way, his first mistake was winning the coin toss and deferring, because this was a team that needed to shorten the game. They should have took the football. They're probably not going to do anything with it, but you never know. And if you can create that long drive, maybe you get some momentum. Things come across a little differently. Miles Sanders, tremendous first half. Jalen Hurts looks great. Hassan Reddick just tortured Daniel Jones that entire first half. And, let's be honest, the New York Giants are not equipped to come back from large deficits. 4 touchdowns might as well be 8 touchdowns. They're not coming back in this football game.
John, it is just an absolutely impressive first half of football, especially when you look at how Jalen Hurts approached it. So much so that it looks like Nick Sirianni is deferring a little bit more to the straight-up run game. You saw Miles Sanders there over a possession take advantage. You saw Boston Scott cap it off, who apparently wasn't a giant killer, but we all know he is. So really, are you seeing more of an effort here to try to put the ball in the hands more of the running backs in this one?
Well, I think, one thing that Shane Steichen has done very well is that if something is working, he will continue to pound that, and pound that. And the running game is working. So Miles is having a tremendous first half, 13 for 75. You mentioned Boston Scott, 9th game against the Giants, has scored a 9th. Every single one of them, he scored a touchdown. His 11th overall against the Giants. You know, the one thing, I got to be honest with you guys, the one thing Wink Martindale got right was saying Boston Scott is not a Giants killer. And I don't want to upset the Eagles fans, but he only touched it twice. The Eagles know it. They know that it's in the Giants' head, so they troll them a little bit by getting Boston Scott the touchdown. He only touched it twice. Miles Sanders took it 6 times on that drive. He was the true Giants killer. But that's the only thing Wink Martindale's gotten right.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys hear it at the link in the broadcast booth. They said that the Eagles might just be rubbing it in at this point with Boston Scott. But I know a lot of people who put money on a Boston Scott touchdown
And
are
they
very
should have.
happy about that,
have.
right, as they should have. And we know Nick Sirianni loves to play into the fans' hands. Defensively, any adjustments, any changes you'd like to see going into the second half? It's hard to ask for complaints.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of adjustments you want to make when you give up 64 yards. I guess they gave up 1 first down on 3rd down, so maybe they can tighten that up. As I said, the pass rush was great. For those blitz fans out there, they blitzed Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and had Hassan Reddick, so it was kind of a zone blitz. It's not an actual blitz because they only rushed 4, but Daniel Jones was confused by it, and that resulted in the James Bradbury interception. I mean, there's nothing to complain about in this first half of football. Nothing.
Yeah, John, how about this? Can Jonathan Gannon make an adjustment to the point where maybe the Giants just surrender by the midway point of the 3rd quarter? They don't even play the rest of the way. No, but in all seriousness, we couldn't hear it. What was your take on what happened at the end of that half with the Eagles? I guess 2-point conversion and then going for the extra point there. What went on there? It looked like Nick Sirianni was pissed off.
It was a little bit strange, and Nick was, claiming he knows what he's doing, trying to draw him off sides. I'm not sure why, to be honest, and I'm sure we'll ask him that after the game. When you're up that much, you should probably just walk out there and kick the extra point. But Nick is having fun.
Nick loves to have fun.
We all are right now.
We all are. And I enjoy watching Nick Sirianni and the Eagles having fun out there on the field. So hopefully they keep it up in the second half. John McMullen joining us live from the link. Thank you so much. He'll be back with us on the Pondley Hockey postgame show. But for now, this is the JAKIB Halftime Show. I'm Devan Kaney, joined by Marc Farzetta. Thank you so much. Go Birds.
Regard, defamation cases as maybe the most important or the most profound cases there are, because we only get one reputation, and you don't get a second chance once it's destroyed. To have your reputation destroyed is really to ruin everything about you. It ruins you, it ruins your family's view of you, it ruins your neighbor's view of you. You go to a party, you don't know who's looking at you sideways because they heard, you're a this or you're a that. It is an extraordinarily difficult thing to live with. And for that reason, when we represent defamation clients, it really is the most profound type case we could be handling.